to reprogram your subconscious mind for the utmost wealth and health. Let's go! I am the money. 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 Yeah, the money is me. Yes, yes, yes. I say I am the money. Yeah, the money is me. Open up my heart and I give and I receive. Money be growing like leaves on trees, and even when they're leaving, money's flowing back to me, singing I am the money. I am the money. Why am I so wealthy? Why am I so wealthy? I'm so healthy, wealthy and free. Money's always flowing so easily to me. Swimming in the bucket, swimming in the buckets. I am the money, yeah, the money is me. Every day it flows so easily. Doing what I love, feeling worthy and free. I am the money, yeah, the money is me, singing I am the money. I am the money. Why am I so wealthy? Why am I so wealthy? Money's always flowing so easily, with harm to no one. Yeah, it's here for me. Now come on now. Swimming in the buckets, swimming in the buckets. Oh, I am the money. I am the money. Why am I so wealthy? Why am I so wealthy? I'm so healthy, wealthy and whole. I'm aligned with wealth, abundant and bold. Come on now. Swimming in the buckets, swimming in the buckets. The subconscious mind will believe anything you tell it, so make sure to tell yourself you are wealthy every day.
Yes. Subconscious mind will believe anything you tell it. So make sure you tell it you are healthy, wealthy, and free. Great to see everyone here. Welcome to our Life Force Nation podcast. I am Karen. Are you having money challenges? Many people are. I just thought that it would be a great opportunity to have this conversation today. And how we can really move out of lack and scarcity mindset below the line that's really been programmed in the subconscious. How many of you had that belief, I'm never going to get what I want, so I might as well just, there's no point in going for it. So I'm just going to stay working at this job, barely making any money, whether it's 9 to 5 or working hard, and then retire. And then maybe I'll have time to relax and have some fun later on. A lot of people's mindset, that's what it is. Wealth is our natural state. And to truly step into your authority, you need to reframe your beliefs and perception of what money is. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. However, before we get into that amazing, powerful topic, I want to invite a few of our amazing members who attended Ascend the Experience, which ended yesterday. We were together for 3 whole days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Everyone stayed committed to showing up and releasing their limited stories, the stories from the past that keep us there and not spiraling up into the life that we desire or deserve. And they were all stepping into that pure and steady state of awareness, and really empowering themselves to stand in this absolute truth, the absolute truth of who they are as source code. It's a really powerful opportunity, and Source reminded me that I'm actually going to have another one. I thought this was going to be the last one in Canada anyway. However, I'm going to have another one next year. And yeah, so I'm just going to leave it there for now. But for those who are here, I would love for you to share your experience. For those of you who attended and who would like to share, You don't have to if you don't want to, but your words really empower others when you have a breakthrough, aha moment, as you know. So if you're willing to share, just raise your hand. Okay, we've got Kathy.
Yeah, it was amazing. The connection we had with everybody was really good. Really opened me up to being more open about things and changing the way I look at life and react with other people and my stories. Yeah, it was really amazing. I really, 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 really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Kathy. It was so great to have you there. Yes, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Susan, go ahead.
It is so great seeing so many people here from the weekend. It's like we're almost family, right? 3 full days. It was a wonderful weekend. Just this incredible opportunity to be in a very safe, protected environment and able to be in a process that helped me look at myself and understand myself. The people there were wonderful. We were all very focused on this process. Karen guided it beautifully with just the right amount of talks in between some of the blocks of time when we were in process. My big takeaway was I hadn't been able to be clearly visualizing, and I just had this big moment of such clarity of what I want, the smell, the taste, the, sounds, everything. And that was very cool. So thank you, Karen. Yes.
Thank you, Susan, for sharing your words. I so appreciate you for saying yes to being there. Thank you. Claire and Carol.
Well, I have to say it was the most incredible weekend. The people that were there, we just heard, we became like a family, and everybody was there for each other, and there were so many breakthroughs, and everybody that was there. I mean, I just love them. I'd like to bring them all home for supper now, and it definitely did feel like a family, and we can't be more grateful. And Karen it was perfect from one step to the next. There was no issues. It was just the whole thing was beautiful. My regret is that there weren't 150 people there.
Mhm.
It was so perfectly well done. So thank you, Karen, and thank you. And the people that are here now tonight, it's delightful to see them all again, to thank them all because they were all part of our experience for sure.
Thank you, Carol. Appreciate you.
For me, everything that Carol said is exactly the words that I would be wanting to say. But I think it was such an incredible experience just to see the change from the Friday to the Sunday as the men and women that were there were starting to go within, getting rid of the chaos, getting rid of the history, getting rid of that tornado that we call our mind. As that was happening, getting more and more into our individual self, where we can become aligned. And I think everyone realized as well too that this process didn't end at 5:30 on Sunday. It's something that's going to continue on with us. And Karen mentioned that she's going to do one more. So we're assuming it'll be in April. So for everyone now, take the whole month of April off. The only thing we can say is it probably won't be on Easter weekend, but just book that off now. Don't allow yourself, if you're thinking of booking something in April, say, whoops, we better wait until after Ascend till we get the information for it. It's life-changing going forward here.
Thank you, Claire and Carol, for your words. And Claire and Carol also monitors and participants as well. So it was just an extraordinary experience. And yeah, it's just phenomenal in regards to the beautiful souls that said yes to attending. Thank you. Hermine, go ahead.
So basically what we did is the exercise was based on the Freedom Frequency book that Karen had. I really got more clarity about like living above the line and below the line with your emotions, and emotions are from the external world, but like living above the line is who you are, like your true self. So we used some of these exercises where we would sit across from each other, like one person for the other, and then the other person couldn't say anything, but and then the other one would have to go deep within, and you would ask questions that would make you then go deep within and answer it. And it's pretty personal because you're sitting right across. So even though we don't communicate with each other, we're listening to each other. By each sharing, having that turn and sharing what was going on, in your life, and really sharing the depth of each person. I just kind of wrote it down. Like, to me, that was so impactful, like hearing and getting to know the person across from me. I got this deep, deep love and respect for this person, and like that, their willingness of vulnerability to share that. We had to go into your higher self, and then tapping into a parent that you had maybe issues with in my life. And so for me, that was like a mother. And then I thought, like, oh my gosh, like, here we go. Like, this is going to be really rough. This is it. I'm going to dive into it. And it was surprisingly, it was actually me hurting myself, that I saw love as hurt, love as distrust, so I blocked love coming in. I blocked loving myself. So that was an incredible breakthrough for me to identify that, and what fell off of me, that instant, that anger and the pain that was within me, like I was causing it. So that was a major shift. So yeah, that part. Karen, this is absolutely incredible. I cannot even describe. I've done different things in healing and trying to work through things, but this was the most powerful I've ever experienced. Even though we don't communicate to each other, that love that you start developing for each other, the closeness of feeling for everybody else, was beyond what I've ever experienced. So thank you so much, Karen. And I will be looking forward to next year. And I really would like to tell everybody, you gotta experience this. It is. I have only touched the tip of the berg. I know I have lots of growing to do, but this was, for me, phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm so grateful for you and getting to know you as well. So yeah, thank you. Beautiful. Karen Hanna.
Thank you, Karen. This was my second time attending the Ascend experience, and I think I'd describe it as just the opportunity to take 3 days out of your busy life just for yourself. So just think of it as a gift that you can give to yourself to have a total reset. And we certainly saw that in the room, as everyone's described, the bonding that we felt, and we were just so surrounded by these beautiful energies. And there's so many breakthroughs that we could visibly see the change in people's bodies and on their faces. And yeah, it's like I say, in 3 days, a lot of transformation happened. So put it on your calendar for next year and plan to gift yourself with it. I highly recommend it. Thank you, Karen.
Appreciate you, Karen. And Karen Hanna also offered everyone essential oils to assist them in their breakdown to breakthrough. And that was really, really powerful. Grateful for that. Yes. And the aroma in the room is just, oh, yes. Love it. Thanks, Karen. Ray, hi.
Hello, how is everyone tonight? So this is my first time at Ascend, and I'll actually echo what I said at the end of the last day, is that it really feels like it's too soon to tell. Just I could probably list, 100 things that have improved, that have changed, or whatever. But it's really for me, it's too soon to tell what the cumulative is, except to say that I've noticed clarity has changed. Clarity has increased, actually. And I was putting this into like context or perspective for myself, where I'm sure we all practice manifesting and creating our lives and all these sorts of things. But one of the things I noticed today particularly is the clarity of my direction and the lack of extra in my vision and all this kind of stuff. It's just, when I think of it from a practical point of view, if you want to create the life and the environment that you want, it needs to be clear. And I've noticed that clarity has increased for me.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Yes, clarity is so powerful. Deleting all the noise, right? All the distortion in the field. And once that's deleted, then the source player of who we are, the real identity gets to now show up in life. So thank you for your honesty in regards to seeing how that's going to show up. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, is there anybody else that wanted to share before we move forward? I think that's it. Wasn't that a great song? You are the money. Okay, write in the chat what your money beliefs are. I know we've done this before. However, it's so important to get clarity again around money because money is a big issue in society. And lots of people have a perception around money, a false perception around money that really needs to be cleared. It's so important right now. What are your beliefs wrapped around money, your negative limiting beliefs that you have? Many of us can want money, but on a subconscious level, believe that we don't deserve money. And money can mean that, oh, I have to work hard and I'm already stressed, with the amount of work I have. So I don't want any more money. I'm gonna keep my container small because I don't want to work anymore. I don't have the capacity or the belief that money can keep you so busy, right? That word busy. You just don't have enough time and you might have seen your parents working long hours and not having any time for you as a child. And that might have affected you and said, okay, well, if that's what it means to make a lot of money, then maybe I don't want to work hard or have a lot of money because I want to spend time with my family. So these can be all belief systems, or it can be, no one's ever really had a lot of money around me. Well, right? It's really, really important. Patricia, not enough. Thank you. Christina, it's a controlled resource in a debt-based slavery system. Absolutely. That's a perception, and I'm going to assist you in creating a higher perspective. Very good, though. It's all available to all of us. What's in the way? Exactly, Ray. Karen, share. Thank you. Thank you. I work hard but can't seem to get ahead. I am learning to say I am abundant. Hermine says, after yesterday, I am money because I am so valuable in this world, and that is worth monetary equity. Yes, yes. Claudia, I believe that money is a system of slavery and has the ability to corrupt humans. I believe it motivates people in the wrong way, and that is rooted in scarcity. Laura, I don't have enough money is one. Money is the root of all evil is another. Ursula, I have everything I need. I feel I'm rich. Yay, great attitude. Catherine, necessary evil. Erin, money is energy. Woo woo. T, I can't afford. Yes, how many of you have ever said I can't afford it? Bev, for us to use or be used. Kathy, I don't need it that much. Debbie, find it hard to change my worth. Money is used as control. Very good, everyone. Thank you. Yeah, we were taught that we need money. Money has always been a tool to get what we want. That's what we've been taught. That's the program. That's the program that has kept us in scarcity, lack mindset. And it is false. It is absolutely false. It's an old manipulative money system that's kept humanity in that whole idea of having to earn it, having to go out and get it and work long hours and make money, make money. We're given the rules at a really young age that said that this is how this whole system works. Finally, there's a new reality It's always been here. It's just showcasing itself because consciousness is shifting. Yay. It's showing itself because more people are vibrating at a higher frequency. And so as more people vibrate into this expansive frequency, then the truth about money begins to show itself. And that's what I want to talk about today. We were never meant to earn money. As we know, earn, we don't use the word earn as sovereigns, because earn is something that, they put the ashes in. Well, even if they are the real ashes of our loved ones. And so that is not what we are here to do. We are not the dead. We are living men and women. So we were never meant to earn money. We were never meant to attract money either. The whole law of attraction reality. Yeah, I bought the books, and that's all false too. And we can have a belief that if we're not doing something right, then money's going to be withheld from us. And money is never withheld from us either. Money doesn't work that way. Money is actually a currency. It is actually who you are. And I'm going to get into that, okay? It is who you are. And I'm not talking about fiat, like the cash, the dirty money that goes in the cash register and everybody touches it. It's like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the energy of money that we use in this realm as the currency of getting what we want or what we desire. And this is so key for us to really learn that money is a setting. It activates when you stop seeing money. You might want to write this down. When you stop seeing money as something that is outside of you. Because money is not outside of you. We've been taught that money's outside of us, but it's not. Most people experience money problems because they still place money outside of their own authorship. I always have to look at these, even though I know that they're washable, just to make sure that I got the right one. Here's you, and here's your field, okay? You don't have a dent in your head. There you go. Here's your field. This field allows energy to move through. When you are flowing energy, all this energy is going to be moving through your energy field. Oh, seriously, look at that. It's like right inside that. Okay, that one's not going to work. Yeah, I think I have another one here. So energy is always moving through you. If you are flowing energy. So money is a setting in a sense that it's something that we've always thought that we have to go looking for, that we're going to get it in a client, we have to go get a job, and then we have to earn the money, and we have to use our time to receive money, etc. And that again is not the truth of reality at all. The thing is that if your energy is split within you, there's a part of you that wants money and a part of you that doesn't want money. And that part of you that doesn't want money is if you have this friction within you, then you're cutting off these energy and all the energies that are coming into your field. So if you're wishy-washy and you're second guessing yourself, you're stepping into a place of not feeling worthy, etc. Who is that? Oh, T. You're so smart. Oh my God. Patience, everyone. I just want to use the blue one. Oh gosh, no. I have no fear of embarrassment whatsoever. There we go. Yay. Okay. So money is currency, and energy is always moving through you. Your identity is an operating system. Operating system. And you're here to be the author of your system, not having external reality out here be the authorship. Because when we allow money, if we don't have money, it means we've made money way bigger than we are. If you don't have money, it means you've made money way bigger than you are. And that's not true. You are the author, you are the source. You are the source player in this simulation reality. And as you're saying yes to being a source player, then money bends to you. Money is is a servant. Money is meant to be your servant, not the other way around. Money is you. It's the I'll get into what I mean about you. It's a tool that you're using, right? Every choice, every thought, every feeling sets the programming that the world is going to respond to. So we always think that we're being programmed by others, and we are to a certain extent. If you are just below the line and you're an NPC, you're a non-player character, you have no idea, what this reality is really made of, then yeah, absolutely. However, when you wake up and you get, okay, I now choose to be a source player, I choose now to have authority, to be a sovereign, to take responsibility over my life, then you're going to learn that money is actually an energy that's moving through you, and you get to use it for your own purposes in life. Okay, if you have distortion in your field, as I mentioned earlier, then that distortion and when I say distortion is fear, it can be struggle, it can be the belief that you have to chase money, the limiting beliefs that you grew up with, etc., about who you are, not just about the beliefs of money, but about who you are. And that money is out there outside of you, and that's just all distortion in the field. And that distortion is what the systems you've heard me say in regards to below the line. You've got the media, healthcare, right? Well, sick care system, all of this, the government. And when you're listening to all of what they're doing, that's going to create distortion in your field. And then the currencies of life are not going to be able to flow through you at all. So once you drop the distortion, then you are claiming authorship of your life. And money stops being something to earn. It stops being something that you need to go get. It starts showing up. How many of you have had money show up out of nowhere? Just shows up. And by no effort whatsoever. That's how money is meant to be. Money is meant to be effortless. Now, I'm not saying that you're meant to just lay on the couch and be lazy. You know that, right? So when you begin to see this, you begin to step out of the stress of scarcity and into the freedom of designing your own field. You are the only one that gets to put whatever you want in this field. And you're not allowing other energies that don't serve you in the field. And again, you've heard me say this many times, that there's a reason why they didn't teach you that you have a field in school. Now, the only currency in life is source. Okay? There's only one currency in life, and that is the one that flows through you. So if you're having money challenges, it means that you're blocking that currency, that energy moving through you. So remember, there is no separation. So you've seen my book, when I have here, there's love above the line, there's joy, there's wealth, there's health, there's trust, etc. They're all frequencies, but it is all the same currency. There's no separation in life, like zero separation. We are all one. Like everything is who we are. It's just that whatever we're defining ourselves, that's what the operating system is. And I'll make sure that I get into this so that it makes more sense to you as well. So you're always flowing and interweaving part of it's the ether, right? It's life force energy. And that life force energy sustains us. And again, we're not separate from source. You are the source. And I've got the title of this episode as You Are the Money. And I don't mean that money literally, right? I mean, money reflects you so precisely that you can read it like a mirror. And that's why at Ascend, everybody had an opportunity to be in a dyad and have somebody across from them, because everyone is a mirror, and whatever is being released from them as the noise and distortion and limited beliefs, then it was also being released from the one that was across from them. So it's just powerful. It's magical. It's just phenomenal. And so the more we begin to let go of our limiting stories and our stories about our past, we need to let go of the past, because it is so key in being an author of your life and being sovereign. You are no longer linked to the past traumas and all of that, because the past does not exist. It only exists in memory, and the future does not exist either. And we're not taught all of this. And that's what's kept most of humanity down. And I'm going to be sharing some awesome keys here. I'm very, very excited. Oh, thanks, T. Yeah, you're embarrassed about money. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Aaron, all the time checks come in the mail. Yay, that's awesome, Aaron. Love it. T, I found an envelope 180 a couple months ago. That's how money rolls. Yes. I was never upset when my job ended. I knew my next job will be 20,000 more. Absolutely, Ursa. I used to imagine winning the Reader's Digest sweepstakes. Excellent, Kathy. Your money shows your identity. So money shows your standards. Okay, so if you look at identity, I'm just going to move this over here. Okay, so your identity, it encompasses your beliefs, your standards in life. A lot of people have very, very low standards. They want a lot of money, but they've got very low standards. And your relationships and environment. And it's your self-esteem, like your sense of worthiness. If you're unclear about all of this and have not yet defined who you truly are, then money is going to be inconsistent. If you're constantly negotiating, or money is going to feel really unstable. Like if you don't know your worth, if you don't know your value, then there's going to be instability. Not because money is judging you. And there's a reason why poor people don't have money and wealthy people do. It's because they have a very different mindset. A very different mindset. And I'm going to get into that. Money itself comes through people, yes, but you've heard me say before that source is our true provider. So source comes through you as energy, and it goes right through into the heart, right here. And source is always your provider. It can feel like money's coming from your clients or money's coming from the paycheck or whatever it is. But people in itself are just the tools. They're the characters that source is using to bring money into your life. Okay? And so when I say again, money is you, I'm really saying you don't really have a money problem, you have an identity problem. It's an identity pattern that's playing out through money. And the moment you shift your identity, money shifts in your life. And the amazing thing is that the truth of reality is that money can show up instantaneously. Breathe that in. Money can show up instantaneously. So if there is resistance to that idea, then yeah, money is not going to show up right away. Money is going to take time because you believe in time. And we have been lied to about time. Yeah. We've been lied to about time. So this means that we have, if we want to open up to the next level of consciousness on a higher plane, then tuning into the possibility, the infinite possibility that money can just show up instantaneously. Wow, that would just change our trajectory of our entire lives, wouldn't it? When you become someone who decides, who has the knowingness and the power to make decisions in the moment, decisions about who you are, about who you are, about who you are, what you desire, all of that, the standards that you're creating for yourself. And you're not collapsing into fear and collapsing into panic, anxiety, whatever it is, of not having enough, then reality begins to transform itself. So let me give you an example. Many years ago, Source would say to me, Karen, you're learning to have divine trust. Divine trust. Because I became an entrepreneur. I have not had in decades any other money than what I create. So whether it comes from courses I create or from clients, it's always been through my creations. I don't receive any money ever from the government. I have never received any what do you call it? What do you call it when you get your massages paid for?
Benefits.
Benefits, thank you. See, I don't even know because I've never had it. I've always paid for my massages. I paid for my supplement, whatever it is. I've always paid for it. And so it's always been my own responsibility in regards to the creation of money in my life. That said, that means as an entrepreneur, okay, there is what we call the known world, the known reality. So there is the known, and then you have the unknown. So known reality, unknown. And most people live in a known reality because it feels safe. It feels secure. And the known reality is where you get the paycheck every 2 weeks, etc., right? How many here are entrepreneurs and you don't live in the known world? You live in the unknown world because you're an entrepreneur and you have no idea when the money's coming, okay? This is the power here, living in the unknown reality. This here is a comfort zone. It's a comfort zone. And over here, I call it the courageous zone. This is true courage because you don't know when you're going to be getting paid. And this is the reality Source had me start living in 1995, I guess it was. And so, of course, I had massive fear moving through me because I had no idea what it meant to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know that it was all about creation. And so I had to learn. I had to learn. I've created probably 30 business plans in my entire life. I've started businesses and they fail, and I start another one and it fail again. I start again, but I kept going. It was determination. And I just knew, and Source was my only cheerleader that I had. I really didn't have a big support, out there in the world. My dad, yeah, my dad was amazing. He's like, Karen, I believe in you, and you just keep going. But other than that, that was a phone call every Sunday. That's really all I had. And so, but I knew because I had a spiritual awakening that this was my journey. It was meant to be. And if it's meant to be, Source was going to provide me with everything I needed. Now, Source sometimes works with the 11th hour, and that's all by design because it allows you to get into the fear and feel the fear and still make the decision of, yes, I'm still moving forward no matter what. I'm still moving forward. The Source is always going, okay, are you sure you want this? Are you sure you want that thing? And I really got to that there is a future self that I was stepping into. I got that, and I'm going to just, I'm saying future because it's easy for the mind to wrap around, but I'm going to show you here that there is really no future, right? As there's no past and no future. It's really about knowing that our identity and who we are, it makes such a difference because I had to up level my identity every time I wanted more money in my life. I had to up level my identity, up level my identity, up level my standards, up level my belief systems, up level my environment, up level my relationships. And a lot of people don't want to do that because it means letting go of the old identity. It means letting go of a lot. And that can bring up a lot of fear, 100%. And the main thing is that for me in my life, I knew what I had a desire for. I had a desire to travel the world. I had a desire to travel, not just backpacking. I wanted to experience quality places, quality beaches, and quality, just everything quality, because I realized that I am quality. My soul is quality. My feet deserved to have quality shoes. My body is the temple that houses my soul. So I knew that my body had to have quality clothing. It's like, right? And I knew that because Source is all that beauty and grace and all the words above the line are all quality states of mind. And so I really needed to shift my money set point. How many of you are familiar with a money set point? A money set point is essentially a financial comfort zone. It represents the level of income or wealth that you feel at ease with. I was never at ease with having a small amount of money. I was not at ease because I knew my energy field was massive. And if my energy field is massive, that means that money needs to be massive in my life. And so the set point is often subconscious, meaning that you might not be fully aware of it, but it significantly influences your financial behaviors or your beliefs and the decisions that you have wrapped around money. Okay. And that is your belief systems. Exactly, Erin. It's the ceiling. And so there can be people who have money set points that are $20,000 a year, and that's all they can make. And if they make any more, it goes away. There's set points of 100,000 and 200,000 and 500,000 and 2 million and $50 million and $1 billion, right? So everyone, because we're all individual expressions of Source, right? We're all individual expressions and we all get to have our own lifestyle and try this out and try that out. And oh no, I don't want that lifestyle. No, I'm going to try this one over here. And we all get to really design to be we're here to be the architect of our reality. All of us. We are not here to allow those crazy systems out there to lower us and push us down. We're not meant to just live small in tiny homes and that. We're not meant to. Our energy field is expansive. And they're playing that game. They're just playing that game because most of humanity has no idea about their field. So when we're living really small lives, it can affect the soul. It can affect your body. And we won't even have an idea of why we're feeling depressed, why we're feeling unloved, why we're not being seen, or why we're not being heard, because we're living this really crouched down small life, and we're not meant to live that at all. At all. Okay, so for example, in regards to money set point, someone can choose, say, a 2-star hotel or cheap clothes. They buy them at okay, Walmart, right? They can buy them at Walmart, whatever. I'm not talking about the items themselves. Yes, polyester and all that is toxic materials. I totally get it. But I'm not really referring to the item. I'm talking about the standard that you're available for in your life, and the identity. So there's the identity, you, and every time you buy something for yourself, you say, I'm limited to only buying $20 t-shirts. Okay, that's an identity that you reinforce every time you are making a decision, you're making a choice. And if you constantly choose 2-star environments, which is okay, right? It's your life. What you're really doing is calibrating your nervous system to that level of experience. Yes, T, thrift stores, absolutely. And I get it, right? We don't want to waste anything, so there's times where we can go into the thrift store 100%. But again, it's remembering too that you're telling yourself, this is enough for me. This is enough. This is what I expect. And once that becomes your baseline, that's the field of experience here. So that can be like, if we go at, let me just see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to do 7. So there's 7 layers, 7 timelines. These are 7 timelines. There's 7 different versions of you. Okay. So if we're at a 2-star, here's the 2-star version of you. And there's always these different versions. There's always these different levels of consciousness. Did you know this? Did you know that you also have a 2-star version of you, and you can have a 7-star version of you, and they exist simultaneously? They're existing right now. They're existing right now, like not in the future. Your 7-star self is already here. Okay, so again, going back to 2-star, this becomes your baseline. If this is what you're choosing in this reality right now, this is what you tolerate. This is what you believe you deserve, what you believe is normal. It's not that better doesn't exist, as I mentioned. It's just that you're not a vibrational match to be at the 5 level, 5-star living level. It's not that you don't deserve this. It's not that you don't deserve this. Let me repeat that, okay? It's just you're a vibrational match for the 2-star living. You've made a decision. These are all decisions. You've decided that this is where you're going to operate. It's the same with clothing. If you always choose the cheapest option of clothing, not from intention, but it can, a lot of times, if you go into the subconscious mind, It's really from contraction because you have a belief that this is all I can afford. And when you're doing that, you're reinforcing that identity. I don't invest in myself at a higher level. And that just begins to show up everywhere. So there can be a job opening for you, and it could be twice the amount of money that you've made in your past. But if you've made a decision to live at level 2 and this job is a level 4, you won't get the job. Okay? It's all based on belief systems, on what you believe what you're worth, and self-perception that gets practiced every time you make a decision in your life about your standards and who you believe you are. Okay? And I get it. I was on welfare. I was even below the 1. I was like way down here, right? But I knew that I had a 7-star self. Like I've always known she's always right here. I've had the 2, 3, 4, right? We all do. And even higher, right? I'm not just talking about 3D reality here, okay? I'm talking about spiritual gifts start showing up. Spiritual gifts can't show up below the 4. They can show up, but not in the true sense, like the full expression of a spiritual gift, right? Yeah, I'll explain that just more. So we are here to make clean decisions about who we are. Money does not organize around avoidance either. So if we're avoiding money, we have shame wrapped around money, we think it's evil, you cannot attract it in your life. It's here, it's in your field. Money's in the field, remember? It's millions of dollars are always just right here. It's here. You don't have to go looking for it. It's the same as when we were creating business plans. It's so much easier to create a business plan for over $1 million than it was to create a business plan for $10,000. It's about choosing identity. Okay? There's no story wrapped around it. There's no, this is all I can have. It's just a decision in the moment. Okay? Money responds to identity behind the choices that you're making. So the real work then is asking, where am I choosing contraction? Where am I fearful about money? Where am I lowering my standards and calling it being practical? We have a belief system that rich people are evil, and that is so not true. There's a lot of poor people that are not very kind either. There's a lot of very kind, wealthy people. So okay, money is actually, how do I want to say this? Money in itself as currency, it only makes you more of who you already are. So if you're already a kind man or a kind woman, money is just going to expand your kindness. Because what can you do with millions of dollars? You can spread a lot of kindness as well. You are all here to serve. You know that. You're all here to serve humanity in some way. It can be through your art. It can be through your whatever you choose to do, to be of service to others. And when you have money, you can serve more as well. I'm going to just talk about manifestation. As I mentioned, you don't need to manifest anything because you already have it. Again, if we're looking at all of the New Age gurus, a lot of the books that we've read in the past have lied to us, and we are now remembering that Money is not separate. There's nothing separate. Love, we don't have to go looking for love. We don't have to go looking for peace. We don't have to go looking for joy. We don't have to go looking for any of it. It's all inside of you already. We're just remembering it now. And the reason why you may perceive yourself as someone who hasn't received what you want is because you're still thinking that it's in the future. How many of you heard me say at the Ascend, there's no future? There's no such thing as future at all. Take me there right now. Show me the door. You can't show me the door. There's no future. The future is in the mind only. So as long as you're thinking about the future, oh, the money's going to come next week. When does next week come? It doesn't come. It will never come. Exactly, Bev. We came here with everything we need. 100% we did. Yes. There is only the now. Everything is right here, right now. However, because the mind has a difficult time wrapping itself around that concept, I'm just going to show you again here. It's like the timelines are already here. It's like if you're vibrating at a 4, and this is you right here, and say you want another $50,000 in it, or you want to just travel somewhere, right? You want $50,000 to travel. Everything is a want. Like it's always a want. There's something on the other side of the money. We either want to pay the bills, or we want to invite our family over for dinner. We want to buy some great quality food and make a nice healthy dinner. We want to travel. We want to help our family members. We want to help our children go to school, whatever it is. So there's always a wanting there, a desire, and that's what money's always been about. However, at the same time now, it's knowing that our desires need to be strong, and once you make a decision around that desire of knowingness, of having it in the now, the money always will show up. It will always show up. I said, Source, I'm going to Peru. I'm going to Peru. I need the money to go to Peru. And boom, a client showed up. I didn't have to go looking for the client. Showed up. And that's how money works. T, I have champagne taste on a beer budget. Okay, T, so I want you to start visualizing the version of you. So here's your beer self right here, and here's your champagne self up here. So you can visualize your champagne self not in the future. Your champagne self is never in the future. Your champagne self is right here, right now. So this is great. This is a great example for everybody. Okay, so T has a champagne self. A champagne self. So now you just go within, you close your eyes, and you visualize, what does my champagne self look like, for one thing, in regards to what is that champagne self wearing? What are their habits? What do they like? What do they do? And you discover, again, your identity is your beliefs, standards, environment, relationship, right? Every identity has the same a system, right? In regards to all of that. So you look at your future self that we all have projected out, and we visualize, and we see what they look like. They're already there. We don't have to, it's not hard to visualize, because that self is already in existence. It's living on a different timeline, a different version of reality. But that self is already there. And all you need to do is become that version in this reality right now. So again, it's about letting go. A lot of it is about letting go. So here is me, for example, on welfare. Okay, I had very low self-esteem. I was alcohol, drugs, cocaine, smoking, and everything. So here's my my future wealthy self here that was traveling and loved, quality life, etc. That self here was a non-smoker. She didn't drink. She didn't smoke. And I saw her. Source showed me. So when you ask Source, show me who I really am, because this is your true self, your true identity. And Source is like, okay, this is who she is. I'm like, oh my God. It was a daunting task. And I was determined to bring her into my consciousness. But I needed to let go of my old identity. And that is what we need to let go of. And that's the challenge, because a lot of people are very connected and they do not want to let go of that comfort zone. Because the new version of you is in the unknown. And the unknown is where source players exist. And when you step into the unknown, then it becomes known. And I'm just wanting to make sure that you know that the man or woman you are today is divinely perfect, okay? You're magnificent in who you are right now. And you need to see that first before you can even shift into higher levels of consciousness. You need to see how freaking amazing you are as a source player right now. How beautiful you are, how amazing you are, how intelligent you are, how powerful you are. You need to see that first, 100%. Okay. So then as you begin to make this perceived future you, that then all of a sudden reality begins to collapse, because you're making decisions and saying, this old identity is not who I am anymore. And then that begins to collapse. And that future self, where we think that we have to, how we saw maybe our dad or whatever mom, in the corporate world, we see in the corporate world in movies how you have to just go one step and then the next step, as you go up the ladder in life. We don't have to go up the ladder anymore. That takes time going up the ladder, a lot of time. And that's a false reality. That's a simulation reality. That is not source player mode. So we're getting to that we can actually step into our future selves that have been projected out, and we can step into them in the now. Not maybe in fullness, but you'll begin to, as you begin to say yes to what your future self is saying yes to, what your future self is giving you instructions. That version of you is giving you instructions always on how to close the gap, between them and you. They're already here in the frequency. They're in the now right here. And as long as you're listening to the instructions, boom, 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 quantum jumping. I mean, there's no such thing as quantum jumping, but I say quantum jumping because it is a big leap that you can make in your life. Yeah, it's amazing. Yes, Denise, service to woman is service to God. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Catherine, if I find myself starting to feel fear about not having enough, I quell it. Do not give it energy. Exactly. Yes. We can still have fears. 100%. We can still have fears. We can still be in the tornado and still receive money. I want you to know that. Okay, money is not connected to the emotional body at all. It's connected to your identity. But emotions, you can feel fear moving through you, and you can still receive. Absolutely. Kanika, what about us that are not materialistic at all? I do not care to wear an expensive clothing or anything. It's all a lie anyway, as everything comes cheap from China or elsewhere, and many corporations charge. You can definitely buy quality clothing that doesn't come from China, Katika, 100%. Yeah, organic linen, 100%, yes. You don't have to be materialistic. There's many millionaires that are not materialistic. They just want to have a big life and travel the world and assist others in their expansiveness. It's called expanding the field. It's not about material, it's not about money. It doesn't have to be about the paper fiat money. It's in how you see yourself and how you see yourself. So when I say a millionaire, you're tapping into the higher levels of consciousness. You're not limiting yourself to who you truly are. Expansiveness. There's constriction and expansiveness. Fear is constriction, and love and wealth and health are expansive energies. It's all about energy. And if you are in lack identity, this is about waiting for the right time, second guessing yourself. You're essentially in a low power setting. And a lot of humanity is in low power mode. Source is creator mode, creator consciousness. And that's what we're all here to tap into. A lot of people believe that they have to wait, that they are not able to make decisions right away. They have to check this first. They have to do some research. I get it, 100%. I've been there. And now I know that I am the money. It's right here. If we're not tuned into that frequency, then we're not connected to source. You're able to teach more when you are flowing energy, when you're flowing. And when you shift out of procrastination and into decision making, that's when the setting begins to change. You're no longer waiting for permission. You're no longer looking outside of yourself for confirmation. You're just moving with clarity. You're moving with ownership. You're moving in that direction of who you know you are here to be. 100%. And then money begins to respond to the coherence within you. And then we don't have to do anything anymore. So money, if you look at it as wealth consciousness, as instantaneous, that's where we're going. So we don't have to rely on the systems. It's just like Jesus taking, here's the bread, here's the fish, right? This is instantaneous manifestations right here, right in the now, in the now. I'm saying the word manifestation because it's just a word that we're used to. But this is where we're going. Instantaneous manifestations. Yeah, most people are experiencing money problems because they treat money like something that's external from them. And money is not external from you. So if you do not like money, it means you don't like yourself. If you don't like money, there's a part of you that doesn't like who you are. If you hate money, then you hate yourself. Micro, macro, it's all connected. If you're enjoying the money, what money brings, it's enjoying what money brings into your life. Okay, I just want to just speak into for a moment here the importance of recognizing your set point. It's like why you may feel uncomfortable with higher income levels. It's not even income, it's more about, it's not even receiving, it's just about being. Why would you feel uncomfortable with holding a greater capacity to have more in your life? Right? What is that belief system that says that having more is wrong? What is that belief system that says having more is wrong? It's just a belief in the simulation. That's all it is. I'm not talking about being greedy. Conscious, wealthy people are not greedy people at all. Where's greed? Greed is below line. Wealth is here. Greed is here. Okay? Evil here, right? All this here is wealth, truth, compassion, love, joy. It's all the same energies. There's no separation. And that's what these systems have taught us, that everything is separate and it's not. So by identifying and addressing your money set point, you can work towards breaking free from those limited beliefs. And then your identity that you're choosing, it always will determine your money baseline. And it can be where you're here to learn more skills. Maybe there's something you need to learn more about. But again, most people experience money issues because they still place money outside of their authorship. And authorship means just ownership over your own life. Money brings freedom. Money brings freedom. It brings more choices. You have more choices in your life. You're not limited to just one or two things. You have choice. That's freedom. And we're all here about freedom, right? Freedom. We're not here to rise to money. Money is, it arranges itself around you. And you are here to give instructions to your environment. You're here to give instructions out here in the field. So for example, I now clear all distortion in my field with ease and grace. I command all distortion be cleared, dissolved, cleansed from my energy field with ease and grace. I command all distortion, all limited beliefs, fear-based energies to be dissolved, cleared, deleted from my energy field now with ease and grace. Judy, question. I know some very wealthy people who are extremely cheap. Please explain. And Katika said that is very often the case. They just collect and collect. Some live like poor and they have millions. Again, it's all mindset on the belief systems that people have. I mean, I've known many people who are wealthy and are very cheap. And they're not just cheap with their money. It's just their belief systems on who they are. They do not give compliments. But I know poor people that don't give compliments. Everyone is a individualized expression of source. So we're going to be experiencing all different types of people in this realm, all different versions of ourselves. Please remember that. So all of these people that are wealthy and are extremely cheap, it's just another version of you. Another version of you in the simulation. And then you can say to yourself, well, if I was wealthy or when I'm wealthy, I'm going to make sure that I'm generous because that's what's in your heart. So you get to live the life that you desire. 100%. Again, money makes you more of who you are. So if people are already cheap and then they get a lot of money, or people are cheap, then they get a lot of money, then they're going to be cheap. If people are angry, money's just going to probably make them more angry. Unless they're doing the personal work. Thank you, Erin. They live in fear of lack, so they hoard. Yes, absolutely. So one way of allowing for a greater capacity to come into your life is getting rid of clutter. Spring is here. It's time to declutter. Clean out the garage, clean out, if you haven't worn clothes in over 2 years, give it to the thrift stores, to Goodwill, to the church. Just get rid of things you haven't touched or used and let it go. Let it recycle. We're meant to recycle because everything's energy. Let it all go to recycle so that other people can enjoy. I have some Barbie furniture that my grandfather made way back in the 60s, and it's the vintage Barbie furniture with the couches and it's all made of wood. There's no nails in it and doweling. So I know that I'm going to be leaving for Paraguay, whenever that is, but I need to sell that or whatever to a home that has a girl or two girls or something, two young girls who love Barbies. So I need to release things in my garage that I can just move on and allow others to enjoy. It's really important for us to make those decisions for ourselves and what we are saying yes to expand our own life right now. You're the only one responsible for your life. I'm just here giving you opportunities to level up. I'm here to only share what I've learned and what I've discovered in my life, and I'm trusting that what I've shared with you landed. If you want to share in the chat what landed for you, that would be awesome. I'd love to know what words or statements that I shared that made sense to you. Catherine, urge to purge. Yeah, excellent. Patricia, no, the private membership, we from 6:30 to 7, we talk about Paraguay. And then from 7 till 8, we talk about the Sovereignty Activation Manual. Excellent, Patricia. Yes. Letting go of stagnant energy is so key. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You're amazing. Love you all. Have a great week. Together we rise.
Thank you, Karen. Great encouragement. Lovely.
Thank you, Karen. Great,
Karen, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
great seminar.
Thank you so much, Karen.